drag racing. It's another dimension. Two cars dice for a quarter mile. Indianapolis Raceway Park is little more than a strip of asphalt, cluttered with fierce, flame-belching automobiles. Nearly 2,000 of them have come to Indy to participate in the National Hot Rod Association's annual championships. The competition is so fierce that many teams are driven to the use of volatile space-age fuel in their quest for power. Operating under such extreme stresses, engine failure occurs with alarming frequency, often in a shower of flame. Although this driver escapes injury, similar mishaps take 2 lives at Indy and destroy thousands of dollars in expensive machinery. In a sport noted for its high standards of safety, the struggle against time reaches the outer limits. Funny cars, as they're called, operate in a limbo between fantasy and reality. Externally, they resemble normal street automobiles, but their thin fiberglass shells cover sparse tubular frames and gigantic engines, and their wicked displays of noise and speed make them great favorites among the crowd.
The winner is Danny Ongayas. Mickey Thompson wins. Let's read the numbers. A lap time for Big John.
Soroyan appears to win, but has left the line a millisecond early, causing his disqualification. Although he makes the run with an elapsed time of 7.24 seconds with a speed of 204 miles per hour, his error in judgment cost him the race. The winner, who drives a car belonging to retired racing champion Mickey Thompson, takes the championship, while his time for the quarter mile is slower, 7.47 seconds. Drag racing demands great speed, but punishes the overeager who violate its fail-safe electronic starting system. Today, Danny Ongayas observed rules and won, ironically by being slower. The backbone of drag racing is formed by the stock class automobiles, cars that closely resemble those driven on the street. Although slower than the dragsters, they face the same challenge. While many of the stock class drivers are weekend amateurs, the men who dominate the action are full-time professionals. One such pro is a burly veteran named Dick Landy.
I enjoy the super stock racing myself, and that's probably the biggest reason that I'm going to stick in it. I've been into funny cars, and I enjoyed them, but I enjoy the super stockers a lot more.
Landy is knocked out of contention in an elimination round, while another top pro, Ronnie Sox of Burlington, North Carolina, moves into the final. Sox's job of winning the Super Stock Championship becomes a simple one when his opponent, Dave Wren of Missoula, Montana, experiences car failure on the starting line.
Drive shaft. The drive shaft lets go, and your champion is...
Behind the pop art at Indy lies the deadly serious world of fuel dragster competition. A world filled with driving greats like Don the Snake Prudhomme and Don Big Daddy Garland.
I've been doing it now for about 8 years, and every year they get faster and stronger, and they come out with new equipment and 2-speed transmissions for fuel dragsters, which a couple of years ago you never even think of something like that. So it does excite me every year.
Cars are turning today with the 650s and the 230 mile an hour runs. The horsepower has to be fantastic. It may be approaching 1,700 horsepower on some of these cars, really turning fast times.
This is the world Prudhomme loves. Speeds over 230 miles per hour, brutal G-loads punishing his body, and the fearsome challenge of trying to control a machine that resembles a guided missile more than an automobile.
David Chenevert, a slow 7:02, 194.38.
The struggle against the clock continues as men thunder down the short strip of pavement like artillery shells. Before the big showdown comes, a pair of outlandish machines roll to the line to square off for the Super Eliminator title. Ron Ellis and his 1923 Model T bodied dragster faces George Montgomery's supercharged Mustang in the championship run. Montgomery wins a tight race, running 164 miles per hour in the process. A pair of gas dragsters driven by Dominic Santucci and Phil Hobbs stage for the Top Gas Eliminator Championship.
The winner, ladies and gentlemen, with his arms...
Santucci wins the title when Hobbs starts too soon and red lights. The tension that is built around the Top Fuel Eliminator race is about to unwind. Kelly Brown and Don Prudhomme are strapped into their fearsome machines and pushed toward the starting line. Brown cannot withstand the determined charge of Prudhomme, who wins a second Nationals crown. He streaks through the quarter mile in 6.51 seconds, hitting a top speed of 223 miles per hour. Elated at his victory, which looked so improbable in the face of his mechanical woes only hours earlier, Prudhomme celebrates with his crew and his opponent. Looking as if he's driven 500 miles rather than 1,320 feet, he stands at the top of his trade for a fleeting moment of notoriety and reward, until he and his courageous colleagues once again climb into their awesome cars to resume their relentless battle against time.